hosted by the infamous and dangerous and much lied about Eric A. Cinotti. This is where public corruption, abuse of power, a waste and misabuse of public dollars, and ultimately using your personal position for gaining power influence over others is met with extreme hostility. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Welcome to the Hostile Zone. You're here on the Hostile Zone with the infamous Eric Andrew Cinotti, Eric A. Cinotti. Who are we talking to?
Eric Cinotti.
That's right, and you're here on the Hostile Zone. On your dial, FM 99.9 KKTC, True Country.
True America.
True Cinotti, that's right. True Cinotti, welcome. Miss Bianca Sea, the on-air vocalist. Welcome, Miss Bianca.
Well, thank you. Bianca Sea, that's me.
Like an ocean,
And
like an ocean.
Yes, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. What a wonderful time it is to be in this wonderful 2022. What did you do for New Year?
I haven't seen you in a year.
I know it. I'll see you next year. How many stupid people said that over your life, right?
I had to be one.
And
of
you know
those.
what? You always get caught every time. I don't remember a time that somebody said, "See you next year." And,
Always.
And I was like, "What? What? Where you going? You going on vacation?" But yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
So anyway, we are here in the Hostile Zone, 99.9 KKTC. Thank you for yet another day in your home in another year, 2024. Congratulations, everybody. We made it through another year unscathed and alive with money in your pocket, I hope, and no free government dole-outs for you. That's right, folks. You don't need a government dole-out. You're here on the Hostile Zone, so you can figure out how others are stealing your money so you don't have to spend money where they waste it. So, Miss Bianca, do we have RDub with us, whose vacation is over, but he is operating with us through the green room, working on some tech issues. How are you, RDub?
Yeah.
I am doing wonderful. How are you guys?
Good. How are things over there in the green room? I know you guys were having some issues there, and did you get the tech fixed? We got all new tech equipment, people.
We do. It's nice.
So,
Yeah, it's all doing good. Ever since I left, Richard, freaking Kenny, all those guys, they goofed some things up, so I had to fix it all.
right. Did we have any of them here? Are they all? Or is anybody in with us today for the new year?
Hi guys, Richard here.
Richard, Dick, what's going on, Dick?
Oh, just helping out good old R-Dub doing his things.
R-Dub's a busy guy. We're a busy team, busy show. So here we are, 2021. And how do you feel? Miss Bianca?
I feel fabulous. I feel a little different. I'm always saying, like, we're going to have a better year this year.
A better year, right.
Yeah.
Is it a better year, though, always, you think? I mean, I think every year's a little bit better, right?
Oh, yeah. You always have to hope for it. But, yeah.
Hope for the best.
The only difference is that I don't like that I'm going to be a year older.
Right. We were talking about that, actually. We were discussing, like, this is your last year in your
Don't even say it.
I didn't say your birth year. I was just saying it's another year.
I'm still young.
Of a year you can say you're such and such age, but in a couple months you won't be able to say that.
Uh-huh. No, I'm still young.
Yeah, as long as you're feeling good.
Absolutely. It's how you feel.
So, RDub, how was your extended Christmas break?
It was absolutely fantastic. It was nice getting to catch up with friends and family that I haven't seen for a while, and just had a great time overall. It was definitely very busy between having to hop online to help out with the radio show and then driving all around to see all my friends and family, but we made it work like we always do, so it was good.
We make it work,
That's
man.
great.
We have the ultimate honor. Slide it over if they can see. Slide the We have the dirty mic is done. Spin this around. Spin it around. Don't knock all the lighting over. Spin it around. Let's see. We're gonna get it in the camera here.
Spin it around.
Bring it down. Drop it down.
Yeah. Woo! A little bit.
You got it, man. Look at this, people. See this? Look at this. If you're watching,
Isn't it beautiful?
we got a beautiful,
nice mic.
no more dirty mic for Miss Bianca, but R-Dub and his tech skills were unable to stand it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need an additional adapter for the box. So tomorrow's show, you will have the luxury and the distinct honor and pleasure to truly hear the vocals. And we're going to vocal you like crazy, aren't we, R-Dub? Now that we got a mic for her?
Well, hopefully you guys will finally hear my high notes, and I don't have to like keep it simple.
You will hit them notes, and we are ready for it. We are ready. So, you know, I normally have a hard news Monday, but I'm feeling kind of blah after the weekend and all that. So let's just chat about different things.
Was it too many champagne?
A couple champagnes. A couple. Well, I mean, what folks? Champagne is only. It's basically sparkling white wine.
It is.
And it's only called champagne when it's from the Champagne region of France. And if you're otherwise you're having a sparkling wine. I myself enjoyed a sparkling wine from Italy.
Oh, Italian.
You could otherwise call it a champagne.
Champagne.
But it was a champagne, but it was a sparkling wine from Italy. Only the finest things come from Italy. What can I say?
I don't.
Second to China if you shop on Temu.
Temu.
Anyway, so
gee, I can't believe I can't. You know, I love everything Italian.
No, right? Yeah, right. Like sausage in the can.
I do.
Do you? Hey, bro, she likes sausage in the can. Did you hear that, guys?
I knew.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I felt for that years ago. I had a barber tell me, "Oh, you blah blah blah. You like this? You like that? You like sausage in the can?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Turn around." Anyway, so we talked.
Bloopers go.
Yeah, right. Thank you for the bloopers, R-Dub. You're back from vacation, so if you now we're gonna blooper you. Last week, ladies and gentlemen.
Please don't send Angelo on me.
No, actually, Angelo already has the recording of you using the toilet, taking a number 2, and you flushed the toilet, and it got stuck and overflowed the toilet, and everybody has it on audio.
Oh,
God.
He was up in there. Angelo recorded the whole thing.
Oh.
And then we got the flush and everything. It's all going to happen. It's all, folks, stand by. You're going to hear that.
No way.
He wants to get me up in there. I got him.
Oh,
so anyway,
so that was really the butt of the joke.
So here's the stuff. Let's talk about some stuff.
All right.
We mentioned a couple weeks ago about AI and plagiarism, and I talked about it again. And we mentioned the president from Harvard University, the president, Claudine Gay of Harvard University, has now officially resigned from office.
I knew it.
She resigned.
I knew it.
You know what? Wow. There was so much turmoil going on campus, and people were just like, you know, it was protests and riots. Maybe not to the level of riots, but there were protests and a lot of unhappy people. And then they went and did a digging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she wrote papers that she took verbatim, word of the day, verbatim of what somebody else said and put in her dissertation. She fought and stayed around for quite a while.
So it was plagiarism?
Plagiarism, yes. She committed an act of plagiarism, which is just really, really serious in the world of academia, and that probably put an end to her academic career, because I don't know the specifics of what she plagiarized, but I believe it may have been actually her dissertation that she received her doctorate degree. So if that be the case, and she plagiarized the actual document for gaining her doctorate degree, then she should not. They should withdraw the doctorate degree because she didn't officially earn it.
It's just kind of like
cheated.
Yeah. Wow.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's all just speculation. It's not my place to comment on it. So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave it as it is. But we did talk about it. And we discussed it in length when it came down to AI. You know, we were talking about AI because most of the people today are using AI. She actually copied. I mean, this is who knows when she got her degree, if they were what the levels of computers were, copy and paste, or was it literally look at the book and then type and write exactly what you see? I don't really know.
Could you imagine how many people's been doing that? Probably the first year that ever happened that it was
a lot of people get
and it was
caught.
underground thing. You know how many people probably did that and got away with it?
I'm sure. But you know what? Geez. The bots and the trolls. The bots and the trolls. They live and die by digging stuff up about people.
So what is it? They go to college and they just copy and paste. That's it.
I mean, here's the thing: when you write a paper and you're writing a dissertation or you're writing, something academic, or even a journalist, mind me to get my announcement in.
Yeah.
If you're a journalist or etc., then you're a writer, and this is your craft. And if you're taking from somebody else, then it's not really your craft anymore. Now, using AI to generate writing for you is the same thing, except AI is good if you have the original thoughts yourself.
Yeah.
And you already have the knowledge and the wherewithal to get the information you need, and you're using a ChatGPT or AI to help organize your thoughts. You plug in all your thoughts and ideas, and it helps you organize. And then what it spits back to you, the information it gets back to you, then you should, in return, you should make that your own. You should write that. It was your thoughts that you put into AI. So AI didn't give you the thought. You just gave it all your thoughts and said, help me organize this. Then that's okay. I mean, people use a dictionary and a thesaurus.
I was going to say, I'm like, is it better than a thesaurus?
Listen, I live and die by a thesaurus. I grew up to it because you write better. And that's why I talk word of the days a lot, because I used to use thesaurus in everything I wrote. And I would sit and look up a word and say, okay, everybody says the word environment. Here we go. Word of the day coming up. Everybody types the word environment into their sentence at some point. You write a paper. Well, I would type in the word milieu. Milieu means environment. Your milieu.
Oh.
Your milieu is your environment. So when student A turns in a paper that has the word environment in it, and student Cinotti turns in one that has milieu, it flows nicer. It's more intellectual,
impressive,
and it's impressive. And you pontificate. Second word of the day, folks. You pontificate. Wave to all our cameras. We have multiple cameras in the room. Cameras, more lighting.
One person.
We got a ticker on the bottom of the screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Right below, here's the ticker. The Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. It's got the date of when this conversation is happening, and it has our website, one of our websites, Cinotti, ericcinotti.com. Also, you got ericandrewcinotti.com. You can get us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, LinkedIn, whatever
and
you
your
want.
Favorite platform.
And all your favorite platforms, iTunes, Amazon, Audible, Odyssey, all of them. So it's on the ticker here. Okay. Anyway, so
all right, get it away, ready.
Get rid of the ticker. Push the ticker out of the way. So if you're listening on your FM dial, folks, and you're listening to the show and you want to enjoy the show and see what's going on with the things we're talking about, well, then you can just check with your local cable provider and see if they are offering the Hostile Zone on any of the stations that are in your area. We are on a number. Or you could check on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple Plus TV, etc. Then if not, then good old YouTube. Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Rumble, the whole list. Okay. So AI, plagiarism, this is something serious because I feel as if everybody at some point in the academic world, academia, they might have plagiarized an undergraduate degree or whatever, one paper or one copied on the person next to you for an answer when you didn't know. But when it is a paper of the level of a thesis or a dissertation, this is the crux, word of the day, crux of your entire educational. This is the end all be all. It's the culmination of your entire academic career into one document, such as a dissertation or a thesis. So it's like a book. Like what my master's of public administration, I had to do a thesis. I had to pick a problem in public administration, and then I had to address the problem, explain the problem, and explain a solution to the problem, and explain how to do it and make it work and be cost effective for the government. I submitted my thesis. It was approved, and then I had to stand before a board of 5 professors in that department, and they basically they rigorously challenged me on my thesis.
Oh.
They say, Mr. Cinotti, you said this, and this. Explain how this is not going to cost the taxpayers money. Explain how you're going to do that. Explain how this is not going to affect that department, and et cetera, all that stuff.
And I'm sure you answered.
I did. I got awarded the MPA. Plus, I had to take a culmination examination. I had to take a cumulative examination of 150 or 200 questions of the material. So not only did I write a thesis, which was a couple hundred pages, but I also took this exam. So if you're, and that was for a master's degree. When I got my law degree, I wrote a dissertation on the Constitution.
Oh.
And I did mine on Roe versus Wade. I wrote mine on abortion.
That's right.
And I hypothetically argued how to overturn Roe v. Wade. Not saying it's my personal opinion. I believe a woman has a right to choose, so don't bot me and troll me. I was putting my legal cap on and making the counter argument of a case. But anyway, so if this woman plagiarized, copied, and pasted on her dissertation, her dissertation is her thesis. That is the culmination of her entire doctoral program.
Wow.
And you're a doctor of philosophy in political science, doctor of philosophy in whatever it is.
Well, of course she has to resign.
I don't know the details of what it is she plagiarized. But if you plagiarize on your thesis or your dissertation, you took a bunch of courses all the way through to get that degree. But you don't get awarded it until you do your dissertation, your thesis. So that is the culmination of all the courses she took.
Wow.
From the first day to the last day. And all of that is in that paper. So if that paper is copied, then what do we know if she knows anything about it?
Well, I'm sure there's more to reveal if
It's
she's
kind of
resigning.
like
And she's probably like resigning before anything else gets
How about this? It's kind of like this. To put it on are you still with us, R-Dub?
Yep, I am here.
Good. All right. It's kind of like if you get you take your driver's course, right? In school, and you take and you sit through all the hours for driving a car. And then you take the exam, right? The written exam, and you get an A.
Right.
So you did the classroom. I know when I did it, it was a full semester in high school. So from September, it was September because I got my license in January. So it was a September through December course. So every Wednesday or every day for like however high school went, I forgot. It was a 40-minute class, and you went 40 minutes a day.
Well, it takes the part of study hall instead
It was rotated. Health and health was half a year, and the other half a year was driver's ed. So it was basically like, let's say every Wednesday at 1 o'clock to 1:45 or whatever. Well, we did that from September to December. And I did the hours in the classroom and whatever was required in the class. And then I took the written exam, proctored in front of the teacher. And then I was given the slip to go do the driving. So consider this the same. I did all that. And then when I get to the DMV, I pay somebody to drive the car for me because I can't.
Yeah, believe it or not, people do that.
And they do. And then the instructor comes back with your piece of paper in your hand, gives it to the guy you paid because they don't know. And then now he turns around and says, give me my $100. He gives you $100. Now I go inside with that paper, wait online, and I get a driver's license. Should I be driving?
Fair. No, you
Did
shouldn't.
it really matter that I took all the classes and passed the written?
No, because
Not really.
you didn't do it.
I didn't pass the final. Right, exactly. So should they allow me to keep my license?
No.
There you go.
There
it is in a nutshell. If it happened to any of us, folks, if it happened to you at home, then you would be saying the same thing. And we're pulling back that curtain on corruption. Because Harvard University is taking your tax dollars, even though they're a private institution, there are students there on student loans, student aid, on whether it be loans or aid, scholarships, grant money that could have went to people. That money is yours, America. That is your money. And they are using tax dollars, and they're allowing this woman to perpetrate a fraud, being in that position. I'm not saying I know the facts on her. I'm merely stating what I see. And if what I see, if it smells like a bag of garbage, then it's a bag of garbage. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But again, I have been the victim of many lies myself. I've been the victim of people that are afraid and nervous of me or are intimidated of me or whatever, afraid to challenge me in the open court of whatever, a courtroom, in the open ballot field, or right on the street,
I think it's
Rocky
ridiculous.
Balboa style. So I do know that people make up lies. So I hope that this woman, I hope the president, she resigned. So whether she resigned in the sense of just making it go away, sort of like an Alfred plea, did she just resign and say, let me move on? Or did she resign because she knows she's guilty? I don't know. I don't proclaim to know. I'm not going to sit here and pass judgment on her, but I do know we talked about that. But this should be a wake-up call to everybody out there listening and watching that AI, artificial intelligence, and copying and pasting is not the way to do your job. It's a tool. These are tools. When you show up to build a house, they use tools. They have hammers and nails and wrenches and screwdrivers and this, that, and everything else. But the hammers and screwdrivers and nails aren't going to build the house by themselves. You have to do it. They're a tool. Don't let AI become the end-all, be-all. Remember, it's a tool. You wouldn't show up to fix your car with your tool bag and drop the tool bag there and expect it to change the alternator. And if you did, you got serious problems wondering if that car is going to start down the line if the alternator is installed properly. So just like that, it's a tool, AI. Enjoy it, use it, but don't rely 100% on it. Don't rely on Wikipedia. Don't rely on Google. Don't rely on Bing. Don't rely on Yahoo search. Rely on your own brain, your own faculties that the good Lord gave you. Rely on the noodle in your head, the empty space between your ears. It's not just an empty vessel. It stores an organ that has hundreds of millions of brain cells and vessels, neurotransmitters that are firing neurons to each other. It's doing a whole bunch of stuff. It's loaded with dopamine and all types of chemicals in your head for you to achieve knowledge and success. Don't let AI take over your job. Do not let the machines rule your world. Do not cheat and copy. Do your own work. All right. Speaking of do your own work, you brought something to me today, which I knew about, but I was very disheartened about Disney.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the decline of Disney but I also feel very sad for what it is that you're about to talk to about the public.
Well, yeah. I did tell you about it earlier today. What a sad day is that on Monday, the 1928, I believe, the year of Mickey
You don't
Mouse.
have to quote. You don't have to look it
Well,
up.
it's the old version of Mickey Mouse.
The original Mickey Mouse. The original.
The Steamboat Mickey Mouse.
Steamboat. Now let me help her here. And I'm not stealing her story.
No, it's 1928.
It's the original Mickey Mouse. They've changed the image slightly, but still, getting to your point, go ahead.
Well, now because of out of 95 years of the copyright, now it's in public domain. So that means that anybody could copy the image of the original version of Mickey Mouse, the beginning one, and make it into whatever they want.
Now let me throw my legal cap on.
So thinking of the most innocent, happy character.
I wanted you to get there. Let me throw the cap on. Hold that, because I know what you're going to do, and I just want to make sure they understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, what Miss Bianca's talking about is when you see on an object or anywhere it has the little TM in a circle, or TR trademark registered, that's your patent. The United States Patent Office patents pictures, sounds, names, and all kinds of things. It's registered to you under a trademark from the Patent Office, meaning you own it. You own the likeness of that. I own the Hostile Zone. I own the likeness of the show. I own the intro song to my show, meaning somebody else can't play that and not pay a fee to me. So, Miss Bianca, go on. So basically,
that means in 95 years, they could
I'll be
copy, and make a new version of.
Well, I believe that, and I don't want to get down into
so sad. It's really
I don't want to get into the the legalities on this, but I believe there must be ways to renew.
Well, they did file for an extension,
and it got denied
on it. No, and it did, but the extension ran out.
Well, what was the deal with having an extension, and did it not go? I don't understand.
That part I'm a little iffy about, but I mean. I was wondering myself, is there a way that they could have renewed this in order for it to prevent from happening? Or is it just boom, that's it, done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, the company Disney, they make billions of dollars. Right. How could they make this happen?
Right. How can this happen?
How can this happen? You would never think it. And when I heard about this, I was like, oh my God, you would never think. Right. So now, not only
and you got the Disney right there,
characters,
yeah. You have Walt Disney ears.
This is the 80s version, so this version is
this is one version. This is one version, and she's got her name on the back. Isn't that cute?
I love it. It's my happy place.
But you know what? So the likeness of this particular one is what she's saying has expired. Mm-hmm. So now, unfortunately, people now can use this worry-free without getting fines or being sued or whatever. And there's already in the making.
Yeah, but people are taking advantage of it.
Right, there's already in the making some horror movies.
The most innocent.
And the next we're going to see porn. The next is going to be porn.
Oh, God.
Which really, I hope that we quell that before that even becomes an issue. I don't take away anybody's right to enjoy porn. God, we've all watched porn at some point in our life, but you know what? The fact of the matter is that we do not need to make it for children. And I sternly say on the show that I know that there's a horror movie already in play using Disney's likeness or Mickey Mouse's likeness. And literally like Mickey Mouse, and I think there's a Winnie the Pooh something.
Yeah, there was a Winnie the Pooh.
Last thing we need is some child to see online a Mickey Mouse and they're doing some raunchy sexual thing or raunchy killing somebody thing. I think it's terrible. I think that somebody needed to step in and put a stop to this.
I know. It's a sad time for that to happen. And I'm just disappointed in how that happened.
Right.
But the horror movie, it's unbelievable. It's basically a Freddy Krueger version of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible.
It's unbelievable.
It is. It's a terrible thing, and it just kind of makes me sad because children are going to be affected by this. Children are going to have nightmares. Children are going to see and hear things that they should never hear, and I think it's terrible.
And what shocked me in the trailer of that horror flick, they actually put the Steamboat film on a computer in the trailer. So not only are they,
I don't know about you. What say you? The hostile zone
video in there too.
What say you? The hostile zone at bbstalkradio.com. The hostile zone at bbstalkradio.com. Down below on the ticker is the comment. The emails also. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. What say you, folks? What do you say you? I think it's terrible.
I feel bad. I mean, if Walt Disney was alive today, he would have such a fit about his original little baby mouse cartoon.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of
I think it's terrible.
So sad.
I think it's terrible. And I think that we really need to reestablish how we as a country and legally how the court system operate and what it is. Are these systems really working for you folks? Are they working for me, working for you, working for R-Dub, working for Kenny, working for Angelo, Jersey Thumbs? Is it working for everybody? Is it working for you out there who's listening or watching us right now? Because the system is there for you. This is what I was saying, overreach of government. This is underreach of government. This is where we need government to step in. This is where government should step in, and government should say, here we are, we have a problem, and this is something that we have the ability to do something. They have the patent courts. They have all types of courts. Where is the government to censor this? This is a national icon. This is like the bald eagle. This is a symbol of American exceptionalism. Disney is everything, and Mickey Mouse is everything wholesome of what comes from the United States. And I am not for an overreaching government. I pull back that curtain on waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption. But this is one time Cinotti says, where were you, government? Why are you not involved in this? Why are you involved in a child's education about gender identity in kindergarten, but you're not there to protect that same child from Disney involved in horror movies or potentially slime and sex movies? But you're there to push and educate gender affirmation in grade school, but you're not there to protect our children from Disney being used in a negative light. Forgetting the fact that Disney is becoming woke as woke can get. Forget woke. Disney woke up, went to bed, and woke up 3 more times and has insomnia. They're so woke. So just don't get me started on all that. What else do we have for that?
That's all I have for that day. But they didn't have the release date of when that horror flick is coming out. And to be honest, I'm not gonna support it.
Right. I mean, I will not watch that movie by any means. But R-Dub, what say you? You are yeah, right. I'm gonna watch that. You said we had a significant amount of email buildups.
Yes, you would be correct on that one. We've been getting nonstop. So
we got how many minutes? We got 20 minutes or so.
I'd say about 25-ish.
Okay, good. That ought to give us time to answer some questions nicely.
But yeah, so just after the New Year's, people just wanted to hear about what we did and if there was any crazy experiences or anything that we dealt with this year.
Well,
like
New Year's for me was eventful, I guess. I went and I had a couple Italian sparkling wines, aka Champagne. I had a couple of those. I think I had a espresso martini Not going to say the place I got it at because it was a little sweet for me.
Was it?
Yeah, when I get an espresso martini, I like to get my espresso martini with actual espresso in it. And a lot of places, if you don't ask, do you actually use real espresso or even real coffee? Are you using that?
Right.
They will give you a coffee liqueur.
Oh.
And it's not the same. And it's all sweet and syrupy and whatever. But other than that, I mean, New Year's came, New Year's went. Here I am. I got caught up on some sleep yesterday. Actually, I did shopping too, I think. Shopping. I did a bunch of stuff. I mean, I guess I didn't get stupid. Did you get stupid, R-Dub? Is that where you're going with this story?
I would say that I got a little stupid.
Well, tell us about your stupidness. How stupid
I
were
love
you?
the stories. Tell me.
We are very interested to hear about it.
As the two of you know, I drove back from Wisconsin after my extended break, and so my family and I, well, myself, my mom, and my grandpa, all decided that, hey, we're gonna go celebrate in Nashville because they had their whole drop the note New Year's bash out at their Bicentennial Park.
Okay.
Oh wow.
All right.
It was actually pretty fun. It was really cold though. Like I thought that Tennessee was supposed to be warm, but boy was I wrong.
So did you indulge in a lot of alcoholic adult beverages?
I did the night before, but the night of New Year's, I didn't really drink a whole lot just because we were probably surrounded by about 217,000 people, I believe they said.
Wow.
Which is that's actually the new record for them for the average amount of people that came out.
Really?
And the night before, me, my mother, and my grandfather, we did some bar hopping, and surprisingly, I was the one that got us all kicked out of the very first bar that we went to.
Really? What did you do?
You got kicked out of a bar. All right. This is great conversational.
Goodness. I gotta hear this. What did you do?
Hey, folks, if you're listening and watching, we don't advocate getting tossed out of any establishment, whether it serves alcohol or not. Go ahead, R-Dub. Were the people dressed at this establishment?
Could you say that again?
Was everybody dressed at the establishment you went to? It wasn't one of those naked nudie places.
No.
Okay. You wouldn't have taken your mom there, I was hoping.
Obviously.
I was hoping.
You never know. My mom's quite the party animal herself.
See?
So.
Hey, there you go. I told you.
Yeah, I could see myself like hanging out with your mom.
Or you want to go to a naked nudie place?
No.
Are we doing a field trip to a naked nudie place?
In my mouth. No.
Have you been to a naked nudie place?
No, a lady never goes.
R-Dub, do you believe her on that one?
No.
I don't believe her either.
No, a lady never goes.
Yeah.
In my experience of places like that, the women that actually end up going with their boyfriends or whoever are the ones that have the most fun throwing the money.
No way.
I can't tell a lie on TV. I have been to a naked nudie place maybe once, twice, or 3 times.
Of course, you're a guy.
And yes, I have been in the presence of a naked nudie place with a female person. And yes, I can attest to what you're saying, R-Dub. It is always an extra special experience when you bring a young lady with you to a naked nudie bar.
Exactly. And I don't know what it is.
And you don't need as many singles because the girls tend to flock to you because you brought a girl with you.
Is this appropriate to say on this show?
Howard Stern, right? He got away with it, so we can do it. If Howard Stern can talk about it, we can.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to Howard.
But yeah, so anyway, we were at this bar and we probably weren't even there for 5 minutes. And my grandpa asked me if I wanted to take a shot with him. So I was just like, yeah, what are we taking?
Why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you, right?
Exactly. And then he was like, Jameson? And I was just like, okay, you know,
All right.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but when I was at home celebrating and seeing some other people, I had a couple of shots of it and I did just fine. Well, for whatever reason, it was not sitting in my stomach correctly, and we just came from this really expensive diner and had a very nice.
Did you have to change your underwear, R-Dub?
No, I did not have to change my underwear, but
okay, that's good. I heard you got some new underwear from Duluth.
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, all right, go finish telling us that story about this. Then we're going to talk about your underwear.
But
yes. So it wasn't sitting well. Your stomach wasn't sitting well.
It was not sitting well, and I ended up blowing chunks.
Oh, nice. Did you blow them on somebody?
Was it on the bar or like?
Yeah, were you one of those guys that puke all over the bar, bro? Because I would have thrown you out on your head too.
One of those girls like dancing.
I was very respectful about it. I had the feeling that something wasn't going right, so I made my way to a trash can, and I was perfect with it. I made it right in, no issues. And then the security guard walks over and he was just like, yeah, man, we can't have you getting sick in the bar. So I have the 3 security guards escorting me, my mom, and my grandfather out of the bar.
Nice. So you puked with mom and grandpa there.
Oh, boy.
Yep, and it was the only bar out of Nashville, out of, I think it's like Printer's Alley, that there's a cover charge for.
And you didn't get your money back.
No, we did not.
Oh boy.
Well, I would be very, very unhappy about that. I would be very disappointed. Seriously, right? I would be upset.
Yeah, I would want my
Don't forget but don't leave all our cameras out, man. Don't get them lonely. We got multiple cameras in here.
I was only here for 5 minutes. I want my money back.
I would get my money back. So tell us about your new Duluth underwear.
Well,
do they have that extra pocket for the boys like I see in the commercials?
They do.
Nice, because I bought a pair of ones like that.
It's like a little hammock for the boys.
Yeah. I got the Reebok ones, and let me tell you, man, they just hang in there nice, and they got like a little like holder there. It's like no joke, folks. If you're out there, it's a little cupping. So your boys aren't dangling and ripping your skin off, and like they don't need to retract for the winter. They got a home. They got a home all year long. They don't need to go anywhere. And, I say it's the underwire in the women's bra. That is the biggest scam out there.
Men's push-up?
So it's not a push-up. Ours are strictly for contouring support. Our boys are important. Our boys create boys. Right? Yeah. Your underwire for your boobies create pleasure for boys.
It creates 2 instead of 1.
I guess if you have a sagging boob, right? I mean, brother, you ever met a girl with one boob hanging lower than the other one?
But then the inventor, she said, do you want 1 boob? I don't. I want 2.
I mean, unless if it's a girl that's got like a 3rd nipple on her back. Wouldn't that be great, bro, if she had a nipple on her back too?
You mean like in Friends? It's a kundus.
No, in Friends, in the TV show Friends, they have a 3rd nipple in the front, which is useless in the front because you already got 2 there to work with. But if you had one in the back, then you can have something to reach around on.
I don't know, man. 2 is already a little too much for me. I don't know if I could take a 3rd one.
as long as it doesn't sag like all the other ones.
I thought you were gonna do like a speech. Us men have the right to have our, cupped and comfortable.
Oh, no, why would they want? Listen, it's like women with a bra. Why? When you got a bra, and it smushes them right in like a sports bra where they're flat and there's nothing there. That's not comfortable, right?
No.
I mean, nobody wants to wear that kind of squishy thing. So when we squeeze into a pair of tighty whities or old like school, like, you know, like prehistoric underwear, nobody wants to squish your frankenbeans up against your stomach and thigh and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how you
It's a 3-piece set, everybody. It's a 3-piece set. It's a frank and beans, and you need to treat them equally.
Okay.
Right, R-Dub?
That is correct.
You need to treat them equally. They all have a purpose, and they're a happy family. It's a set of 3.
Well, it's a division.
If you're lucky, you got all 3.
It's a division. Get it? The division.
No, no. That's the split. That's the division of your butt cheek. That's the crack. That's the division.
No, but I'm saying like the division sign because there's 2 dots, and then
really,
one
did
in
you
the
just
middle.
lay a wiener across and try to put a testicle on top of it and call it a division sign? I did. That's why I have a wiener and she doesn't, because she wanted to make a division sign out of one. I don't know.
I thought it was funny.
We went down this crazy.
I always have these like little silly jokes. And
Yeah.
I try to.
You know, folks, keep with us and enjoy. We're trying to keep it light and fun in between a lot of the hard stuff, especially when there's so much stuff going on out there, and everybody's always crying about something, and something bad is happening. You know, we try to make you laugh. I do give you the news. I keep it real with you folks, but we want you to laugh.
Yeah.
I saw that, you know, there's a whole bunch of other news, and I feel like once we get the week going, we're going to start talking more about the moves. I want to talk more about the Donald Trump and his quest for the Republican nomination with the new Maine thing going on in Colorado. You know, it's just craziness, and I want to get into more conversation on that. But R-Dub, what did you have in there? What do we got on time? How many questions can we get in?
I'd probably say we have close to about 12-ish minutes.
All right, so give us some good ones that'll be keeping the fan base with us. Hello, Governor. Hello, in your face. Do some emails, all right? In your face, emails. All right.
You make me laugh every time.
I know. I got people that walk up to me that recognize me, and they're like, "In your face!"
And then they come up to me like, "Dirty Mike, Dirty Mike."
Yeah, man. We had people this weekend. Dirty Mike. Somebody come up, poke a finger in my face, and said, "In your face, my face." I almost put my fist in his throat.
Oh my god.
Then I realized he was a fan.
Oh my god. Oh, so it was like a hesitant, like, what
Yeah, he came up, he was like, "In your face," and he did the little wobble with his hand in front of my face, and I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And I'm thinking, I'm going to put my fist in your throat. Because, you know, throat punches are far more effective.
And then he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Hey,
oh, God, but a goal. All right, go ahead, R-Dub, read us something.
All right, we just had a new email come in from the topic that we were talking about previously, with the whole Mickey Mouse situation.
Okay.
And they were asking about Popeye.
Ooh, Popeye is not a Disney. They're Looney Tunes. Popeye is Looney Tunes.
But the copyright, it could be other.
Well, it would depend on when they file copyright.
Depending on
I think that they probably, I don't know the story, so I don't want to make a guess, but I mean, firstly, who called this in? Who emailed this in? Where? Name and location.
Looks like, they're a Richard from Minnesota.
Richard from Minnesota.
Richard.
Thank you, Richard. Shout out to you. Making sure you're saving all the information on these people, R-Dub, so we can send out some shirts, mugs, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and a kiss there from Miss Bianca. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't know all the legalities on this, but since there's been a couple questions, I will take the time to look into it a little bit myself, because I am kind of interested, because I really, honestly, and I say this from the heart, folks, I really don't want to see any of these characters in a horror movie or any kind of
I
movie at
know.
all. I mean,
I was thinking of like, a Betty Boop too,
Right.
but
but any one of them. I
I
mean,
think that's on Broadway
but
now.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
as for this particular question, I think that it would remain to be seen on who actually owns the rights to it. There's a lot of musicians out there that don't own the rights to their music anymore either. They sign it away. I know Sylvester
like
Stallone,
the Beatles.
and so the Beatles. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. He had some issues with Rocky, so I'm not familiar too much on Popeye. I did enjoy Popeye, the movie. Actually, I was Robin Williams. I remember as a kid watching that. But yeah, I don't know the details, but I would say, I mean, if you want to say hypothetically, if this were to happen, I mean, if Looney Tunes were in the same boat as Disney, I guess they would have to give up the rights if it hit the 90-year mark, I guess, or whatever. But what else we got there, R-Dub?
Well, I did want to bring up, you were talking about reminding you about an announcement that you need.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I want to put out that effective as of this week, I have a daily news column. I have a daily syndicated news column that will be coming out on a daily basis, hence the word daily news column, with syndication. So it will be available on all your news outlets everywhere online. I will attach links for the daily news for every show, so you can read the story of the day. That is in addition to the books that I'm writing, but I will be doing the daily column. First story went out, and I will be putting out the link to that. But the first story is on. The first news column that I wrote was about the failing child protection and welfare agency system in the United States, which includes why all the child protective services are just failing. And I intend to push a whole segment on the First Amendment, because when you are being interviewed by law enforcement, everybody knows about, I talked about Arizona v. Miranda, which is your Miranda rights. I have a right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney.
Right.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one shall be appointed. If you cannot afford, you have a right to a jury. Blah 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 blah. Anything you say, and when they say anything you say can and will be used against you, that is not the proper terminology, folks. Right. It's anything you say will be used against you in a court of law, not can and will. They will use it. So don't think can and will. You watch too much Law and Order. It's can be used against you. I mean, I'm sorry. It's will be used against you, not can and will. It will. So forget the word can. But anyway, RW, we were talking about that, and that got me into that segment. So yes, the first story is about the failing juvenile protective and welfare system in the United States. And I will be breaking into another one, which might segue into a book where we're going to be talking about knowing your rights as an individual under the Constitution and your rights when you're interviewed. Should you find the misfortune one day, folks, of having Child Protective Services ring on your doorbell and asking you questions about your son or daughter, that day is a very scary day. But people, you have rights that day, and you may not understand because they'll tell you we are not the police. They may not be the police, but they have the power to haul you into court. So I want to go over that. That's going to be a news column story I'm going to push, but read my first one. You can go to bbstvradio.com, and you can look for Eric A. Cinotti, but it'll be available on Google News and all the other news websites, but I'll be making sure that gets out to you. But that is my exciting thing. Also, I'm going to be posting the link. Join the Hostile Zone Concierge Group, our private club. It's very, very inexpensive. We're talking less than $5 per month, and that will include freebies, include discounts, and include direct access for premium content that'll give you first read of my daily column. You'll get first read of a daily column before it publishes. When it's approved, you'll get it in your inbox before it goes out to all the other news media. You'll get a shirt and a hat. You'll get a whole bunch of other freebies. We're giving out audio books. We're giving out autograph books to my books. We're giving out a whole bunch of stuff. Headshot, autograph pictures, Bianca Sea, myself, and other production news and behind-the-scenes videos. And yes, when we go on location, you'll get VIP tickets. And with this membership, when Miss Bianca Sea starts her concert series, you will be in the running for free tickets. Go to BBS Radio, BBS TV Radio, and look for the Hostile Zone, Eric A. Cinotti, and subscribe. Less than $5. You can't beat that with a stick. I could give you a stick and you couldn't beat it. So other than that, check out the show every night. We thank you very much. We're very excited about our 2024 year. We love you. Out to you guys. We love you for putting up with us for the shorter part of 23. And we love you even more because we're here with you for 24. Let's do this again next year, talking about what a wonderful year we had. Yes. With that, Miss Bianca, you're going to grab the dirty mic, the last day of the dirty mic. And I'm going to have to unplug out, my production says. You could stay in on that. And I'm going to, actually, we didn't even unplug. Just do your thing. Just do your thing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets glad, the bombs bursting, yet through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled night wait for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Miss Bianca, what can I say? That was just lovely.
Thank you.
We are very happy to be here on this 2024 KKTC PBS Talk Radio. We love you all. We love you on Roku. Come check us out. We're everywhere. But with that said, Miss Bianca, they want to hear those words.
Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice. Use your voice, Cinotti heard you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti heard you. Use your voice.
That's right. And guess what? It's another night, and Cinotti heard you.